This video is essential viewing for those who are now receiving Social Security payments, but it's also relevant for those who plan to get benefits during the next 5, 10, 15, or 25 years. Social Security is going to be impacted going forward by what happened today. So in today's video, I'll go over exactly what happened, why millions of people are worried, and what this means for you and me going ahead. Moving forward, but before we do, let me ask that you please take 2 seconds to hit the like button if you love these daily updates. All right, let's get started. What happened today that will affect Social Security? According to the recent jobs report, the unemployment rate increased, and as a result, there is a greater than likely likelihood that the United States will experience a recession. End up in a recession that will lead to a number of issues for Social Security, employment, the government, businesses, individuals, and everyone else. Just pay attention to this. Social Security is going to be impacted for a few reasons. Firstly, you should be aware that the cost of living adjustment, which will be in effect starting in January 2025, will have an influence. The unemployment rate has a significant impact on Social Security benefits. For this reason, in June 2024, the rate was 4.1%, which was higher than it had been historically. This was somewhat worrying, but in July, and as of today, we've discovered that the unemployment rate has increased to 4.3%, which indicates that when more people lose their jobs, they aren't contributing to the Social Security tax, aren't being charged the 12.4%, which is problematic as it implies that less money and revenue will be going into that large pool. This is the main issue that increases pressure on Congress and Social Security to take action. Nobody appears to be preparing to address Social Security this year. It's unlikely that the next administration would do so, but they might do anything to assure that Social Security doesn't go insolvent in 2035 again. Be the government after that. Who knows who that might be again. But for now, let me show you something that a lot of people have been discussing. I want to be quite clear about this. This is not a given. Take a look at this directly. Former President Donald Trump wants to lower Social Security income taxes, which will have an effect on your benefits if more individuals don't contribute to Social Security, which implies that there is less money there, and that either the insolvency date is moved up or you receive a reduction in payment. Two very serious issues. But this is the main reason I bring this up, despite the fact that many claim that while former President Donald Trump could certainly raise Social Security to the point where it is tax-free by just removing the levies, it will be simpler to see a lower taxes, not a total elimination, mind you, as it is currently extremely improbable that Republicans will win the presidency, the Senate, or the House. This will increase pressure on Republicans to attempt to win Democrats' support, which may be extremely unlikely. All right, I'll leave you with that. Below is a statistic I saw today that makes me think it's a little low. 72% of Americans say a fear Social Security will run out during their lifetimes. I feel the statistic is a little low because more people than 72%, or 3 out of every 4, are concerned about this issue, are concerned that at some point in their lives, Social Security will run out. That percentage, in my opinion, is probably 4 out of 5, or perhaps 9 out of 10, or between 80 and 90%, which is still a little low. What I believe is crucial to understand is how the cost of living adjustment will likely change in 2025. As of right now, it is anticipated that the cost of living adjustment will be accurate by 2.7% to 2.6%. Remember that the cost living adjustment is estimated based on Q3, which means that even though July is over, we still haven't received it. The cost living adjustment is lower than inflation. The CPI data for July, which is expected to be released in about a week and a half or 2 weeks, so when we see that number, will it be higher based on the reports that we've been seeing today, will be lower, and the explanation for this is straightforward. If unemployment is rising, more people are losing their jobs, and fewer people are employed, which implies fewer people have money to spend. If you don't have any money, the price of the things that are available will probably decrease, which we will. Fortunately, there appears to be some disinflation. However, when inflation declines, the cost of living adjustment also decreases, meaning your cost of living adjustment for 2025 will decrease. It might not be 2.7% or 2.6, possibly less than 2%. Remember that if it continues to decline and falls below 2%, inflation will probably reach roughly 3%, especially by 2025, meaning greater issues. I really want to talk about this as we approach the new year, since many people have been asking me directly today if doing so will have an impact on Social Security. Enter a recession. The answer is that, certainly, Social Security would suffer greatly if the U.S. entered a recession. The first reason is that, in a recession, businesses tend not to expand or increase. A downturn, some do, but the majority don't. They're just trying to make ends meet. As a result, firing employees contributes to the unemployment rate, which lowers Social Security contributions. Security is undoubtedly an issue. Right now, the majority of the money that we receive from Social Security is paid in. In fact, it was paid in this year, so it's not like we have a lot of money. There isn't a large sum of money that we can immediately go to. Rather, not every dollar that is paid in is paid out, which raises concerns. Now, here's the other issue with the downturn. In the event that a recession occurs, as demonstrated by the recent collapse of the stock market, which saw Amazon fall by 10–11%. Nvidia lowered. All right, Google, I believe you dumped all these various businesses ceased, since tech is selling off and Intel recently sold off. All of these firms are declining, which is concerning if you are worried about a recession, but are either at or around retirement age. You might be thinking, you know what? I'm never going to get over this. I'm just going to walk away from everything I'm in, take my money, and go. One of the problems with a recession is that everything is down, so you might decide to sell everything you possess, including your house, stocks, bonds, and other assets. I received a lot of comments and letters from folks today who were trying to survive off of that money. It could be challenging, and it can also be the wrong decision. Friends and relatives are also expressing the same concerns. What's going on? I'm really worried. I think I need to sell. I just need to get out of this mess. I realize that everyone is going through this at the same time, and if we enter a recession, more people may sell their assets, which might cause all markets to crash. In that case, what should you do? That is why I wish to bring up this. Because of all we are going through right now, Social Security will be greatly impacted. The next 4 months might be quite challenging as we approach the election, so please be patient. I know there will be ups and downs, ideally more ups and downs, but we just never know. With that said, I'll thank you everyone for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. See you all on the upcoming one.